Good morning, learners! Our subject for today is Science 5 for Quarter 2, Week 4. And our topic is Modes of Reproduction in Animals. This lesson will help you understand how animals produce their offsprings or new young. Doing the different activities of this lesson will direct you to describe the reproduction depending on the level and type of animals. Animals cannot live forever. Like humans, animals also need to reproduce. They have also their own reproductive system that makes them able to do such life process. Most of them performs sexual reproduction involving male and female animal. In this way, extinction is prevented and diversity is maintained in nature. Producing new animals may mean food supply to other organisms. It may also signal the continuous existence of certain species. Animals have the means to increase their number through reproduction. This is to preserve their species and to help in keeping the nature balanced as they interact with other animals. Different animals have unique modes of reproduction. It can be noticed that some animals can reproduce in large numbers, like insects, pigs, dogs, and frogs, while some animals cannot. On the other hand, those big animals generally reproduce in fewer numbers. Okay, this time let us answer learning task 1. What you are going to do is to encircle the animals that can reproduce in large number. And the animals are mosquito, frog, butterfly, cat, cockroach, and dog. After this, you will answer the following questions. And the questions are 1. What are the animals that can reproduce in large number? The second one, why do you think they can reproduce in large number? And the last, what are the animals that reproduce in fewer numbers? This time, I'm going to give you time to answer this learning task 1.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, let us answer learning task 1. For first question, the answer is mosquito, frog, butterfly. And for question number 2, the answer is they reproduce through reproduction of egg. And number 3, the answer is cat and dog. Most of the animals like cats, dogs, butterflies, frogs, and the like need a male and female to reproduce. This is called sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is a process of creating offsprings with the participation of sperm cell from the male parent and egg cell from the female parent. This time we will answer learning task 2. Identify whether the following animals are producing sexually. Write two parents if the animals shows sexual reproduction. Otherwise, write single parent. And the first animal is dolphin. Number 2, sea anemone. Number 3, housefly. Number 4, earthworm. Number 5, starfish. Number 6, horse. Number 7, clownfish. Number 8, panda. Number 9, sponges. And number 10, cow. Okay, so I will give you time to answer this.
10, 9,
Okay, so let us answer learning task 2. For number 1, dolphin, we have two parents. Number 2, sea anemone, single parent. Number 3, housefly, two parents. Number 4, earthworm, single parent. Number 5, starfish, single parent. Number 6, horse, two parents. Number 7, clownfish, two parents. Number 8, panda, two parents. Number 9, sponges, single parent. And number 10, cow, two parents. Okay, did you get the same answer as mine? Very good. On to learning task 3. Study the figures below. The first picture shows a frog in its natural environment, and the second figure shows a pregnant dog. Question: how does or describe how a frog grows? Why do you think the eggs are found in the water? And where do you think fertilization happens? And for number 2, describe how a dog grows and describe their mode of reproduction. Okay, I will give you time to answer this.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Now let us reveal the answer. For figure 1, the fertilization happens outside, and that is called external fertilization. While figure 2, the answer is the fertilization happens inside the mother's womb, and that is internal fertilization. So reproduction involves the transfer of characteristics of parents to their offsprings or young. During fertilization or meeting of egg and sperm cell, genetic materials like DNA or deoxyribonucleic acid are shared by the parents to produce new organisms that may either be possessing unique characteristics or having an exact copy of what the parent has. And in sexual reproduction, new animals with a set of unique characteristics is produced. This means that the offspring is quite different from its parents. Sexual reproduction always involves the presence of sperm cell and egg cell. These two cells carry the genetic materials from the father and the mother respectively. Dogs, cats, mosquitoes, and butterflies reproduce sexually. Among these animals, sperm cell and egg cell meet inside the body. This is called internal fertilization. Unlike among frogs, they also reproduce sexually, but fertilization occurs in the water or outside the body, and that is external fertilization. It happens when both male and female frog release sperm cell and egg cell in the water to form fertilized eggs. Now, for learning task 4, think of two animals that can reproduce sexually. In the first box, draw an example of an animal that exhibits internal fertilization, or fertilization occurs inside the body. While in the second box, draw an animal that exhibits external fertilization, or the fertilization occurs outside the body or in the outside environment. I will give you time to answer this.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Okay, so let us now answer. What do you think is the animal that can be drawn on the first box? Okay, so we have bird. So bird has um, internal fertilization. And the other one is, for the second box, we have fish. And fish exhibits external fertilization. Now, animals may also reproduce asexually. So, asexual reproduction only needs one parent. Most common activities under asexual reproduction are budding and binary fission. Or budding happens when a new animal is produced through outgrowth of the parent. Aquatic animals like hydra and jellyfish are doing this process. And then on the other hand, binary fission, which is performed by the sea anemone, occurs when the parent animal divides into two. It means one animal or one parent results into two new individuals. In general, animals may reproduce sexually and asexually depending on the species. Generally, higher species or complex organisms performs sexual reproduction, while those lower species or the simple organism shows asexual reproduction. So different modes of asexual reproduction are budding, binary fission, fragmentation, and Parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis is a form of asexual reproduction in which an egg develops into an individual without being fertilized. Fragmentation is the breaking of an individual into parts, followed by regeneration. Now, let us answer learning task 5. Study each figure in column 1. Each picture shows the parent animal and its offsprings. Complete column 2 by comparing the parent animal and its young, and column 3 by describing their mode and type of reproduction. Copy the chart in your notebook. So for the first one, we have the animal, cow and calf, duck and duckling. And then for the comparison of the parent and their young, and then we have the reproduction. And then number 3, we have the planaria, and then we have the tapeworm for the last figure or the last picture. Okay, so I will give you time to answer this.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, so let us go back to learning task 5 and then let us answer. So for cow and calf, we have with unique characteristics. So if we are going to compare the parent and the young, they have unique characteristics. And the mode of reproduction, we have the internal fertilization, and the type is sexual reproduction. While duck and duckling, we have with unique characteristics. And the mode is internal fertilization, and the type is sexual reproduction. Let's move on to the third picture. So we have the planaria with same characteristics, and the mode is fragmentation, and the type is asexual reproduction. And then the last picture, we have tapeworm with same characteristics, and the mode is internal fertilization, and the type is sexual reproduction. Okay. So fertilization inside and outside the body are the two general modes of sexual reproduction. The expected offsprings may have separate or single sex or combined sexes depending on the species. Unique individual possessing different characteristics is produced in sexual reproduction because the genetic materials of the parents are blended or combined. Through the process, the offspring is thought to give sexually reproducing individuals with greater fitness to be mechanism to survive and reproduce in an unpredictable or changing environment. On the other hand, asexual reproduction produces offspring that are genetically identical to the parent because the offsprings are all clones of the original parent. A single individual can produce offsprings asexually and large number of offsprings can be produced quickly. So we have the internal fertilization for the dog and cat, and then external fertilization on the fish and the frog. Now, let us move on to learning task 6. Based from what you have learned in this lesson, indicate the advantages and disadvantages of sexual and asexual reproduction in animals. You may use books and other references for your answers. So we have the type of reproduction, the sexual, and the asexual. Okay, I will give you time to answer this.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, so let us reveal the answer. For sexual reproduction, the advantages is reduced genetic variation in the offspring. And then, the species can adapt to new environments due to variation, which gives them a survival advantage. And the last is a disease is less likely to affect all the individuals in a population. While the disadvantages, time and energy are needed to find a mate, and it is not possible for an isolated individual. And for asexual reproduction, we have the answer. The advantages are only one parent is needed. Next, it is more time and energy efficient as you don't need a mate. And the third, it is faster than sexual reproduction. While the disadvantages we have, it does not lead to genetic variation in a population. Next, we have the species may only be suited to one habitat. And the last one, we have disease may affect all the individuals in a population. And that concludes our lesson for science. Congratulations and thank you for watching.